Another morning again inside we had. Plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to the kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for it in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the people, the voice of the voiceless.
Good morning, and welcome to another edition of a program called Colores right on we have on YouTube and on Facebook. Also, we can talk about the different issues them way the front page of the newspaper them they carry for the day. And of course, we can as well bring people them when they come inside and come for actually, analyze the different issues them where we don't, see from the different newspaper them. But please, we ask you, say, if you don't like and share the program as you the kind side, please now for do so now. We go appreciate that one day from you so much. And as well, if you not subscribe to this particular program, please consider for do so now. We go appreciate that day again so much from you. The program now Colores right on we are on YouTube and on Facebook, and today we actually try to see how best we can bring different person again where no ever don't come inside the program, and for the first time it will come actually for we see everything that happen. Well, we can look first inside the different newspaper them and see waiting exactly the newspaper then they carry for the day. And of course we go to the very first paper for this morning. We now the AZ newspaper, but please hold on. Okay, the first paper where we go begin for look at now the AZ newspaper. The AZ newspaper get a very big banner headline where say Samoa Kamara is a celebrated liar, joker. All right, this is not Chief Minister the blast Samoa Kamara, and let's just project her for a quiz. All right, let's go over them again. All right. I'll go over that again. AZ newspaper says Samoa Kamara is a celebrated liar, a joker, Chief Minister blast. You as well get 2023 Pilgrims commence voting today. And then parliamentary press gallery to promote gender equity. Sierra Leone passes ICAO safety audits. The next paper, the Gleaner newspaper, the African Peace Mission will try to end war in Ukraine, President's bill. Is protest a better option? And then you get UK High Commission in Sierra Leone loses 2 million in diesel fuel scam. The next paper, the Independent Observer, will say a profile Dr. Edward Nahim, a life journey, insight and motivation. Charles Magai takes ECSL to Supreme Court, a tribute to broadcaster David John. The next one of the Freedom Post, we say UK shows keen interest in June 24th election. IMC reprimand justice. FM 2 others. Limcoquing University showcase student creativity. Salon Times now the next paper for this morning say just 9 days to election. Samoa Kamara gives 72 hours for ECSL commissioners to resign, and you as well get UN security seats. Win brings hope, stability, economic development, Professor Francis. As election draws near, Sludge trains female journalist on general and safety security. Limcoquing students demonstrate innovative, creative skills. The next paper, now the Intelligence newspaper, we say Ramasco General suppliers Supplies donate advanced digital X-ray machine to JMU at 34 military hospital. UK extol commitment to President Bill's government. The next paper, the New Age newspaper, we say early voting for Muslim pilgrims hold today across Salone. And Ellen Keystar International promote home crown solution to combat hunger and malnutrition. Trader testifies in school teachers' murder case. Is protest a better option? The next paper, the Standard Times newspaper. Standard Times newspaper say enough is enough. Samuel Kamara issues 72 hours ultimatum. Football for Change initiative. Salone gets shot in the arm with CAF support. And modern digital X-ray for 34 military hospital. The Mexico General Supplies donate. This another story for you inside this edition of the Standard Times newspaper. Well, not forget to like and share the program as we come in. So I will take a very short break and then we guest them inside the program for we come and discuss.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wala now we had, I just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for it in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the people, the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had.
Alright, welcome back. One of the guests them actually done ready for we come and discuss the issues them. But in the meantime, I want for because the issue we put at the top now that voting for pilgrims them they can begin today, and then use today for the pilgrims them actually vote. When they say pilgrims, then are the one the way they left for go Makkah for go perform one of the pillars of Islam. So according to ECSL, then people also then go vote today when way before the time where then for go where we all for go for vote. Reason being they no go day and their own results and go announce them on the day where then they actually vote when June 24th. So what I go do, I want for play this short clip, quick one, from Ahmed Sisse on let we get a better understanding of what in this whole thing there about. So they come back just now.
These are very important updates from ECSL, and perhaps these are the most important audio I don't ever make from what they represent the APC in ECSL. So it's very important that people listen to this, and perhaps this could be my last audio a representative of the APC in ECSL. This is very important. So folks, please listen. Today, Wednesday, the 14th of June, 2023. This is very important because today, folks, then the ECSL call we na Wellington for make we go on a normal political party election committee meeting and for go display some IT features where they want to use in these elections. Now, the reason why I say perhaps this could be my last audio, because if the APC not wake up and act now, these guys have openly openly manifest their intention not for giving a fair elections. And I'm going to tell you why, but I'm going to address two issues. The first issue is the one with the Pilgrims voting, early voting, and the second issue is the app we they want to use for transmit results. Now, first of all, let me go to the early voting. Now, initially, we discussed about this early voting for pilgrimage. After we then go past and a parliament say they need pilgrims for vote early before they go to Mecca. And the pilgrims and they left this Sunday, the 18th of June for go Hajj. Now, before that, we consistently they ask, say, if we were to have absent or early voting, we go need a list of all the pilgrims them we get for go. That's for sure say them pilgrims here no go just go put their name for vote and they not meet up for go Hajj. Secondly, we want to get the registered eligible voters out of these people where they go. They not do that. We wait for a read from them. Only yesterday the 13th, then go give notice, 24-hour notice, say then they vote the 15th, that is tomorrow. You know, they not even send officially inform us as a political party in the APC for send names of polling agents and for accredit them. They not send observer accreditation. Only they just send say we're going to vote on Wednesday on Thursday the 15th. You know, that is ludicrous, and I don't feel say as a political party, the biggest, the largest opposition party, we deserve this kind of treatment from ECSL. I am utterly disconcerted over the conduct of ECSL on this one. How on earth una no say they get for votes? You know, say we don't even have a register for indicate these people who are eligible to vote. Only today we reach Wellington, you tell us so far there are 256 people who have registered to express their interest to vote absent early voting before they go Hajj. And then you can now and tell we say give we only to less than 24-hour notice. And you know right to we officially notifying us. You not publish the date of the elections in an open manner. And dates of elections must be published and gazetted. But if that is because of time, you could have at least give us like a week notice. So we go able to give polling agents across the country as soon as been listed, voting will take place now in all district offices them. In a not do so, will not get list. I, for one, I have for the records, I would like it to be known that me not go participate. If the APC wants me, then send other agent. Me not go participate in short elections. We already not transparent. The register is not transparent. We do not have details of who is voting. We don't know who that and who that's not the pilgrims. We get for travel go Mecca, and then. Be that it may, because una don't pass now in a parliament, una just feel say una go vote. It is not a secret. 75% of the pilgrims then they go on scholarship, so they are heavily indebted to the government of the day. So I not say the SLPP they expect huge amount of voters from these people as gratitude or thank you for giving them scholarship for go to Hajj. But accord us the decency of notifying us for send representative they are going to. If you go ahead and conduct this election, I will advise my party to move for void and discountenance those results. That's now one. The second one, we then tell we today now Wellington, they say they are going to transmit the results by using an app where ECSL the presiding officer then at the polling centers, where they transmit the results here to the regional office by their server. You know, I always they say, if these people they take we seriously, they not go just come and bring a system that is not supported by any law and come back saying that way they want to use for transmit the result. Little wonder why the ECSL they insist say on polling day they don't want any radio or any party for transmit result. They just want any results where they give it or for take. You cannot bypass a very important provision of the law. Certification of result, the due process of the result is a matter of law. The Public Election Act, Section 8893, and I would like people to listen to me, provides for the safeguarded transmitting of election results and names certain officers that should handle the results. From the polling officer, for example, from the polling officer to the district returning officer, to the regional returning officer, and to the national returning officer. Each of these stages is distinct and complete. For example, let's just take una back. The polling officer certified the polling station results, and she has copies to those present, to all the polling agents waiting inside the station. Then after that, the district returning officer verifies the results, summarizes them, certifies them, and share copies with counting agent present at the district office and also observers. He sent them out to the returning officer. So, and there is a reason for that. Then the regional returning officer also summarize and certify and distribute his copies. You understand? And then finally, the national returning officer, winner Kone, now in the tally announces the winner. Each stage in the result management is a witness against manipulation, because political party agents will witness the results processing distinctly at each stage and receive copies. So the Public Elections Act, Section 89, subsection 2(3), it also tells us that the statement of results will be sent along with the ballot boxes to the office of the district returning officer, and it is that copy that will be verified, summarized, and certified at the same office. At the same office, sharing copies of this to all the agents present. You understand? So, if this due process is provided and supported by law, the Public Elections Act, why now one can use an app where if at least it is sent to a district server and the district confirm the results, will be for say, well, maybe at least we all go at the district and collaborate and check from district level. But the server is sending to a region, for God's sake, and then these results will be uploaded on your website, and you want people to rely on those results while we did now. So all the manual counting, all the counting they do now, irrelevant. People then will just look at our website. Why do you think we insist on projecting entries? All the by-elections, ECSL, you take one step forward and two steps backwards. All this election by election, we were using all entries are projected on the wall. So every entries will be monitored with spreadsheet and with RRF forms. So even where you enter wrong figure, we they see under the projector and we they see under we record say this polling station where you enter this figure is wrong, because we don't want mistake. How now you can get up to a presiding officer where they go na corner and enter figure where in just feel say na the right figure. Then figure then they go straight to una server and una upload it on our website. In the end of the day, una say by una website this person don't win. You think we're stupid? I just say this, and I'll say this once more. The APC, you need to stand up. Yes, the leader has spoken. Don't talk tough, but I swear God, that is not enough by my standard. And I will stop for Gona ECSL until some of these things are attended to. We cannot use an app. God damn it. For use an app for transmit results when there is provision section 89 to 93 of the Public Election Act, all detail the way results should be handled and safeguarding of results, and make sure every stage polling agents and observers are certified before results move. Now when they give polling agents an app where we don't know the background, the security features, we don't know nothing about that app, for begin transmit results internationally, and you think you feel say we should rely on those results transmitted by your presiding agent to your server. So what is wrong with following the provisions of 92 Section 92(2). That is, when the polling officer don't certify the result, you don't give party agents, all the centers, then go take them to the district elections manager. We go then summarize the result, verify everything, and issue certified copy to all party agents and observers for sure say this is right. Una no one do, and they still una want bring a system where they confuse people and further an app for let we rely on them. APC, we need to make our point clear. This is how this guy intend to distort the due process of these elections. All allegations we then don't make in the past for the intention of ECSL not to be transparent. This meeting today, where we all in Wellington, it crown all say, if you guys are taking us aback for go use an app for transmit results, where the law is clear about how results are to be handled. Either the APC insist on results to be handled as per law, the Public Elections Act from section 88 to 93, waiting is say how results to be handled. Until we adhere to that, to God, we have to make our position clear. And for the records, the early voting tomorrow, me, Ahmed Sise, will not participate on that fraudulent, waiting me consider as an election that is not fair. I will not participate. That is my opinion. And that is why everything I say, I support it by law. I will not say something out of the blues. If you want to rebut me, do it. Give me an authority where say the contrary. But I am saying this, and this is, perhaps this will be my final audio, because I'm fed up with these things. The party need for stand up and say something with the international community and approach the ECOWAS, approach the United Nations. Say these elections, we do not like the way these people are conducting these elections. So we go able for no say we they deliver people and secure people then vote. But until then, please feel free for share. But me, tomorrow, Thursday the 15th, I will not participate in an election for Pilgrims where I not get list of the Pilgrims. I not get, I don't know who, and we are not even accredited. They not send accreditation, observers they know they, and then go tell we now say, make we go participate. I will not do it. Period. This now Ahmed Sise, senior operative of the APC. Feel free for share. As I say, today, the 14th of June, 2023.
All right, so that's now being, an audio from Ahmed Sise with regards the early voting of the Pilgrims then. Okay, so we can go now and start the discussion, quick one inside the program, and we don't get Theophilus Benda. We, Sir Benda, we don't join me inside the program for let we actually, discuss. We, expect for get Charles Mambu, but unfortunately in phone off right now. Mr. Benda, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, so let me begin look at it. Today na election day, and today na election day for the Pilgrims them. According to the opposition, they only informed them yesterday, say today in 24 hours then they do voting for the Pilgrims them, and they're not treated with any respect in as much as for any election date for Gazettam, but in the case of this one they're not Gazettam, but that's because of time they can understand, but there be need for even tell them by writing so they will get us record, but they just call them to, now Wellington, and at the end of the day they say, okay, tomorrow I attend for vote. So they're not too okay with the system at all. What do you think about this voting?
All right. Well, in the first place, I wish if you before ever get somebody from the ECSL for let them say exactly why if I go so. Okay, but I think say listening to the brother, it is very genuine points, and it seems for know exactly what he say. Because all of us say there was a parliamentary decision where give clearance for early voting, and by the way, this they happened for the very first time over the year about early voting, especially for for pilgrims. But I also see a correspondence. We're not just talking about the pilgrims, you also talk about the security forces.
But the security forces, them always don't they vote before time, especially when they get for the swap them.
All right, okay. Well, I don't know if there's a legal provision for that, because anything what to do is for be legally binded.
Or like maybe, sorry. I think what they can do for them, not to Ali voting, are wrong. What they can do for them, now that who side then they deploy them, now they can make them vote.
Well, yeah, we need to clarify that further, because Mr. they hear about this early voting by security personnel.
Okay.
I think it don't happen 1 or 2 terms. I think even I think it happened 1 term. I don't know if not under the APC or so. I stand to be corrected.
Yeah.
But what it really says that anything what to do regarding elections, it will be sanctioned by law. So that even these acts where they go past the parliament for legitimize early voting, the act for don't state exactly how the procedure for be done. How we stand for inform that whether they for produce the list of the voters affected, whether they for also stipulate the time frame by which political parties go be informed instead of just 24 hours notice. It's too short for let people then put in place mechanisms, because this is happening not only in Freetown, I guess. It is happening in other places. Yeah, it's happening in other places. So it means political parties should be duly informed so that they will put their own mechanisms in place for monitor the process. And I understand, say, after the voting, they are not going to do any counting. They go seal the envelopes or plastics or whatever and keep them until the actual elections are held, and then they do all the counting together. But everything can be done in a transparent way where nobody not go raise any hue and cry. But now the APC, they raise concern, say they have not been treated fairly, and that should be looked into.
Especially they say they don't get them for they don't know who that they don't ever see the app when they use, because after when they don't vote, they list the app, because after they don't vote, they get for transmit the results through application to the district headquarters town there. But Daniel is not able to preview to that.
Oh yes, and this number where is site when at 256 is already a very big number. It's a very big number. I mean, and so it should be treated with all the kind of seriousness. Yes. Then he also raised the issue of using an app for transmit the results. Well, I don't know. I have not read in full the Public Election Act and know what it is say about transmitting results, whether it should be done by an app or manually. Yes, I don't know. So maybe we go in one of your programs they go need for you go need a lawyer for cash shed money, because the public need proper education on all the procedures, because honestly speaking, the public is confused as to what is happening. Even now, we still talk about the actual voters registration or the actual voters register.
So if the voter register now issue right now, even as we talk, so how then Google gets the one they are now where they go? Because I know say they apply for that, but then suppose for the part of the voter register as well.
Totally agreed. Totally, I agree. Totally. That make I say transparency should be seen at work. Transparency should be seen at work. So if there be the final voters register that we don't make available to the political parties, now the political parties now they go check the names of their all the voters they are of their would be pilgrims them, whether the names then they in the register, right? But now there is no way to ascertain, I mean, whether who is coming to vote, I mean, whether it's a game or not a game, or whether because
and another thing where now the concern again from this audio women listen now that they're not even sure if them people here where they don't put so if they get for travel, or at the end of the day they get for vote back, because by right if you travel you get for provide the authority with the tickets. the other document when I tell the document, the visa, yes, and other things them. Where for sure say yes, you don't they go and you know just go vote and you see them, and then when they tell me you should go vote back.
Exactly. Me, I don't know why the thing happens so really, but transparency is the issue right now in the whole electoral process, and even the international community don't put out. And I see a letter from the international community where they say raise a lot of questions about the transparency and about the credibility of the process. So I think it's a very big indictment already on the ECSL. And I think the ECSL gets an obligation to come to members of the public for giving proper education and proper information as to everything to go on, because we get just few days more to the election and the key issues about transparency still under question. So for me, this is worrying.
And transparency, the ECSL don't make them very clear, say they not will ever allow anybody for auditing system.
Well, that's what they say. Well, according to what they say the Public Election Act give the ECSL boss the authority for do whatever I want to do. I don't read that portion it. I just don't read that on social media. So then I say we really need to understand the processes more for know what's to go on. But I think there should be no problem with transparency, because without transparency, then they set the country on the stage of conflict where nobody not going to protect the majority of the citizens. And that is the key issue right now on floor.
As we talk so about few days to the election, yesterday have been 10 days to the election, and we see the opposition, presidential candidates come and give 72 hours ultimatum to the ECSL for either fix the system and let everything be okay, or they resign, especially the commissioners. As a journalist, when you look at all of them things, that's what you make up of this.
Well, for me, it's a very audacious move. It's a very, very audacious move. I don't know.
What does that mean?
Well, audacious move. That's because forgive 72-hour ultimatum. I mean, the question is, what will you do after the 22 hours ultimatum if your concerns are not adhered to? Right. Mm-hmm. So that makes it audacious. But you say that audacity. I mean, but we want to know what will happen after the 72 hours relapse.
So we'd expect them now to come back after the 72 hours and tell you saying this. Because the bottom line now, it gives them the option, say, okay, please, when I do them things there, so one for still, when I do them things there, so within the 72 hours, for let we all be happy and go to the election in peace. But if not, I'll come back and talk to her. Basically, in that way, they make
well, perhaps given the time frame, I don't know whether the ECSL will be able to fully adhere to the demands of the APC.
Interesting, I don't know whether ECSL come with a press conference again today for response to certain things. Then.
We're fine. Well, that's good. Well, they don't come out with a press conference. I also understand, say the SFP they get their own press conference today for go react to the press conferences by the APC. So we wait to see exactly what's going to happen. But I think the ECSL is under the firm protection of the government. It is possible that they will not tell us, say, you guys don't worry. I mean, you just do what you
exactly.
Do.
So we listened to the president yesterday, where he go on a campaign, na Koya. Also, he basically come out and tell we certain words and say, the thing that the demand of Samoa Kamano makes sense at all.
Well, exactly. So it is possible that the ECSL self just go with that. Or say, wherever I see the president don't talk so, then let us just relax and see what will happen. So, like I said, the ECSL they're under the protection of the government, even though an independent entity. So let us see what will happen. But I'm not seeing any indication that the ECSL go want for adhere to within the APC that they demand for. So I know say the press conference today, the press conference today, it go only focus more on condemning all what's at the point there where the APC is.
Look at this.
So now I can say I don't know what's going to happen.
Look at these two issues.
Yeah.
One, the one inmate of the APC say if they not get the data and they not get for understand the developer of the software we they get for use, and they not give the access for let them see, they're not go into the election. Now 72 hours from the presidential candidate. Where he not tell we yet waiting na the repercussion. Waiting will be the next action. You know. Looking at them two things there, so you think say the election go right, or you feel say waiting matter be do where it say in 2012, if you're not satisfied, 2017, if you're not satisfied with the election, it will call in people and come out. You think say we will get for each to this point?
Well, we cannot overrule anything. Anything can happen. That's the unfortunate side of it. Anything can happen because even President Bio, the video out where he say if the election not credible, he will not accept it. So therefore, I mean, if the APC say the election not credible, they're not going to accept them. Then the precedent has been set already that elections have to be credible. If they're not credible, they will not be accepted. Because I know for example, the 2018 election, if the outcome was in favor of the APC, it is very likely that the SFPP would have gone on the rampage. That is obvious, right? So the only thing we're not saying a rampage in situation is because the SFPP won, right? So we don't know what's going to be. But
waiting don't happen during the August 10. Waiting happened June 13. Essentially, where we seen a move outside the police be the fire direct into the water outside some young man them jump, and we don't see 3 body them already surface. From that action there of the police and the military, and then the president basically they come out everything we person talk, he must comment on that one day, and he go add them with a threat, say we know we'll take this, we go make sure say we do this, and we see exactly. People from government, people from the ruling party, they make video, they tell we say, and then we use all the power then we then get for make sure say the president win waiting is supposed to win and go back without, and anybody will make arguments and go do something. So if the opposition call at all for letting people and come out, what do you feel say will get for happen with the kind statement where the president made?
Well, what we see is that the president and the government, they're not worried about the backlash. They're not worried because even like what happened so whether people jump inside water, but they don't jump inside water, but you don't go left and now. Why they far? Then you don't kill so many people them already. There's even the rule of war. When somebody they run,
they don't turn it
back. From the back. Yeah, for firearm. So if people don't jump inside water, they don't become vulnerable. It's possible that they might even drown without even firing them. So if you go fire now, you don't create the situation even more confusing. Now people have died. I was expecting, the president and the government for also condemn that because
so the how government do you expect the president and the government for do when they always refer to their acts and their lawlessness?
Well, yeah, I understand the point. But these were people who would just come out, and then they run after them randomly. So some people themselves will not be even there for any demonstration. That's because of fear. They jump inside water. And they fire them. That's wrong. That's wrong, man. That's wrong. We are all Sierra Leoneans. Let us treat ourselves as such.
So taking into consideration, there is a law already say this word of killing not they go on again inside the country. I don't know how to call it death penalty. The death penalty not they exist, but we see, and this way people go refer to as extrajudicial killing. They kill somebody without even trying the person.
Well, there's a difference between death penalty and extrajudicial killing. What you see so that person now extrajudicial killing. The death penalty what we talk about now through a
legal system.
The legal court system.
Yes.
That nobody can be sentenced to death.
Yes.
You can either be sentenced to life imprisonment or sometimes they give you reduced sentence. But then they sentence anybody to death again. So whatever happened outside the courts, now extrajudicial killing.
Way more worse than that legal one. Because that one, you don't give the person a chance for defending himself at all.
Exactly. So
what's the noise about this death penalty where they say they're not going to legally, execute somebody, whereas they use extrajudicial killing upon the citizen?
Well, like I said, these are two different things.
Yes,
these are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
So we should treat them differently.
Yes, but
if
even the way you want to keep them differently, but you get for no, so this is not legal and this is not illegal.
Oh yes, of course. And any illegal killing should be subjected to investigation. So there should be a tribunal where for investigate extrajudicial killing.
So, but how? But you see that they happen. Let me take for example the August 10. We see them set up a committee where look into the whole thing, but none of the policemen. They never talk about waiting. It will be how they look at the policeman. Then instead, they tell me about how the policeman then die, and not how the citizens the way they're waiting for do. Or whose action when they for take against the one that we use, extra judicial way for send them.
Well, you see, if the president don't refer to the protesters as terrorists, then it gives the police then the legitimacy for kill anyone. Okay. Right? But because when they say terrorists, not for kill them, because it comes to kill. And so if you first kill them, look, we also happened with Osama bin Laden, where they go not to kill a killer. I mean, because now a known terrorist. So if you use that kind of language there for your citizens, they give the police then the leverage. That's why nobody, you see, they're not even hand over the body them to the families.
Yes.
You see?
So they really treat them like terrorists, just like how they treat Osama.
Yes. But all of these things are things that can be investigated, if not today, but tomorrow. I mean, they can be investigated. And somebody has to be brought to book for that.
So let's just bring you to the recent one again, still with a president in statement to the queer people. It basically they challenge, Samuel Kamara and that of Ernest Bai Koroma say, in fact, he addressed Ernest Bai Koroma say, Ernest Bai Koroma need to behave like big man and statesman. If not to that, they will reduce them to one kind of level where it will like nothing at the society.
Yeah, well, what me again, the president say is that big man for be like a big man, but if you not be like a big man, they go treat you like Bobo.
Because as far as it's concerned, they get evidence for sure, say, and it's by command, they be in all of the problem in the country.
So for long, we don't really say, Ernest Koroma, Samuel Kamara, now then they support and sponsor Adebayo. But as far as me know, there is no evidence to that effect. So if the president come out openly and state categorically for say Ernest Koroma and Samuel Kamara and the APC in general terms, that they support Adebayo, that is coming from the president and it should be taken very, very seriously. So I am expecting Ernest Koroma to come out and make a counter statement. I'm not expecting him to sit down and allow the allegation.
Why Madabio in word for force Ernest Bai Koroma for come out? Whereas plenty things they know they happen where people and they expect Madabio for come and associate himself with them, but he not they do that.
Well, this is the very first time the president they openly accuse.
Yeah, we not saying that the first time, but the question where they ask now, why Madabio in what way he talk for force Ernest and that of Samuel for
yes, for set the record straight. Because APC we don't say Adebayo is not a member of their party. Adebayo said we don't talk say he is not a member of the APC. Right? So now that make even this demonstration where they call it's not an APC team.
Fine. So with all of that, the APC be already do them. So why they need for do them now because the president talk?
Because the allegation has come out very vividly.
I mean, they get court of law. If Madabio get evidence, I mean, for put on the court of law.
Well, now make I say, Annette to come out and free himself from this allegation.
So for say it reduce, for say it reduce, Annette to one kind of level where he say I mean that. Now, I think that the appropriate word than for you.
Now make I say, Ernest Koroma for come out and make a statement for say. No, this allegation is outlandish. It not make any sense because there's no evidence to the effect. But if it does sit down quietly, then people will believe that indeed, Ernest Koroma they support Adebayo, right?
So who's actually you feel say Madabio will take against Ernest Bai Koroma?
Well, I don't know, but it will be a recipe for chaos for let them target Ernest Koroma in any humiliating way. It could be a recipe for chaos because, mind you, Ernest Koroma remains very, very popular. I mean, and even Madabio when it take over, he even make an Eskroma, he say, a father of the nation. I don't know if you are aware of that. They say father of the nation. But since then, we not see any cordiality between Ernest and Mada. There is no cordiality whatsoever. So for me, I mean, it's just a matter of saying, and let us wait and see what happens. But for me, I think say Ernest Koma should come out and set the record straight for say, I am not involved and will never be involved with anybody. Because one thing back where Mada say, he say Ernest Koma and Samuel not ever dissociate themselves from Adebayo, right? So then they come out and speak for themselves. For say we don't need for dissociate ourselves from him because we have no business with him.
So I could make several references then, for example. Gento don't say a lot of words against Ernest Baikuma and family. Waiting this guy named Johnny, Johnny, I'm not quite Austin Johnny don't even talk certain words them say, then go deal with Ernest Baikuma in one old family, in one old generation. Marabio or the government, not even the police. But let me look at this. If somebody will make any statement when not as grievous as that of Austin Johnny, the police will go after him. Look, somebody the other day pull a video, they say, if he catch samurai, he will even smoke samurai in something. The police never said anything about that one day. But any small thing, when you talk, when you get for example, just music, when they sing na APC, the samurai in declaration, PPRC, the police, everybody pull statements. So this na a fair ground where they talk about.
No, it's far from being a fair ground. It's far from being a fair ground. And the important thing to note is that Austin Johnny was even in military camouflage. He wear combat cap and combat jackets. What he's not supposed to do. Meaning, then they in a warlike state that they can jump on the gap. Austin say. He said they're ready to take on the APC and the air and the sea. Although not a big talk, but he should be condemned for that. And the police are not for allow that. The PPRC are not for allow that because this is not the first time.
Okay.
There was one time again
when quickly. Now we expect say Marabio wants for Samuel and Ernest Baikuma come out and associate themselves with Adebayo. Okay, well and done. Now look at this other one. With all of the August 10, President not ever say sorry to anybody. The McCain, not say sorry to nobody. Even when they go campaign out to them, not say sorry to them. For say, and a lot of people don't say, now in they give instruction. But ever disassociate himself from them kind of thing. And they. So we for expect say himself for come and tell we say no, not to give the instruction to the police or not.
Can you please say that again?
All right. Now we expect, according to waiting, Mada they expect say Ernest Baikuma and that of Samuel Kamara for say they not mix Adebayo in issue. But a lot of people them don't the point finger at the president and they give instruction to the police them for them kill people them woefully inside the country. August 10, Pademba Road. But this president never say anything with regards to and they for say no, we saw it to them family, they all lost their life, or the one the way go do them thing there, we go investigate the police and make sure say they not do it again. Nothing like that. We expect say if Samuel and Ernest they disassociate themselves, might they be back for come and say not to give instruction?
Well, I think so, yes.
So when they go do that, so now look at this. Because waiting they talk about say Adebayo now they cause mommy cause they cause woman they seriously and the woman they say they not care and then he say now any inside people for come out because of that. But now look at now me inside for come out and you go do the worst part of them. Who that carry the greatest responsibility?
Well, do I give order? Of course, now bear the greatest responsibility.
So now, when we expect Madabio, we expect it will ever come out and say, not to me give the instruction, and I'm very sorry to Salon people for that.
No, he will never say anything
because
about that. Because
they don't tell and say if for be lion and if for act tough like soldier.
What? Exactly. I mean, as far as me concerned, because we don't see attacks, even where they go attack, where someone
so if now, if I listen to you fine when you say, set the record straight, Ernest Baikuma for come out and say, yes, not to me they part of Adebayo and Kabal. Why? You do expect, and now you say you know they expect Madabi for do that. Why? Why? If you didn't expect
Because,
Marabio and you
no,
expect...
because we don't see past incidences where the president never come out and condemn.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, because for example, we don't see where they attack Samuel Kamara in convoy with tear gases and that. He said nothing about it.
And they even go block now the village of the Minister of Information and then pull video. They never say anything about that.
Now the minister was on the radio this morning. He said at APC they go do that.
Minister of Information.
APC. Yeah. He was on the radio.
I mean, if he don't come forth in a tweet where he say now people were not glad with the APC.
Well, that's what he said that APC they go do that.
As a journalist listening to the minister now and reading in tweets when he don't talk differently, what do you will say? The minister they talk to or not?
Well, for me, as far as me concerned, the guy does not care about anything. What do they care about? Now for win the election.
So they say to give a damn or not, based on that.
They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. All they care about whether they not care for lie, they not care for talk true. What they want to know is that they want to win the election on first ballot, and that is it. They don't care what will happen at the end of the day. So that is the unfortunate side of it. So we they observe, we now reporters them. So we they report things them as they unfold. But unfortunately, I can say things are not going in the best interest of the country, and anything can happen, unfortunately. That is what I'm saying. Because all the measures the way they will take for avert the worst from happening, it's like, the government not care about that. They not care. And APC can go to hell. As far as they're concerned, APC can go to hell. They can say whatever thing you want to say, you go to the president say, it's all rubbish, the man talk. So it means all that time what they take for put themselves together, for go do the press conferences and that, it's all rubbish as far as they are concerned.
As a statesman, as a president saying that kind of word, whose message with that?
Well, he did not talk like a father of the nation. He did not talk like the first gentleman.
For when this election campaign, he don't ever talk like father of the nation.
The reason why they call him the first gentleman of the nation, he should be able to maintain the balance. He should be able to maintain the balance for make sure say the worst not happen. It's what happened in Kenya. There was this demonstration where the president he called the opposition Raila. He said, "Please, my brother, come, let us talk." He said, "Come, let us talk." And they go sit down. Otherwise, like by now, Kenya for them in a different situation. But he called Raila Odinga. He said, "Please, my brother, let us come and talk." And they go talk. Quietness was restored. You see, and since there would not be any boost. So what's important is that it's not just about wanting to be president, it's about keeping the country together and making sure that nobody not lose in life or in property because of politics.
But the one them way they actually advise the president, they advise and say in a lion and if will be tough at every time, for behave like a soldier and all. But anyway, let's move quickly. I want to take you to one last issue before we go to to the end of the program. Yes, the last issue where I will basically take you to now the issue of the Gleaner newspaper say African peace mission will try to end war in Ukraine, President Bill. So in other words, President Bill, they try for say the African peace mission where we get, they actually go and try for end the war na Ukraine. What do you make up of this?
Well, they say you have to put a house in order first. You have to put a house in order and be a good example at home. Be a good example at home, and then you go now for project yourself internationally. But if your home is on fire,
so how we holding on fire? Because it don't win the election for the United Nations Security Council, of course. Now, I don't think at the Security Council. So the first target now Ukraine and Russia they for end the war, and we for make sure to the African peace mission go end that war at Ukraine.
Well, as far as me concerned, the war in Ukraine is not an African thing. It's not an African thing. That I make you see. I listen to Donald Trump. Donald Trump said he be able to solve that problem there within 24 hours. What it takes is sincerity of purpose. Sincerity of purpose. And I believe say Donald Trump got what it takes for do that.
Because
right?
Donald Trump is not
about
sending he rub skin with the Russians.
Well, he has to. He has to. Because, for example, Nadamik agree for label the Russian president as a war criminal. He said if label the man as war criminal, whose first you will get for go first demand for say, let us come to the negotiating table. First thing first, let the war stop. Because even now, Ukraine, they are the counter-offensive. So many people are dying. Russians are dying. Ukrainians are dying. I mean, now Putin on the end. I'm going too deep into the Ukrainian situation, which is not what we are talking about here.
Yes,
but what I'm going to say is that you have to settle your house first before you go settle other man in house.
So as far as the question is, how Africa will able for put an end to the Ukraine war? Whereas Sierra Leone, for example, we get seats at the United Nations Security Council as honorary member, don't vote against Russia. Then go look them with any face.
Well, so exactly. So like I say, the war in Ukraine is not an African thing. Let Africa focus on Africa, right? We have so much to deal with. Let go set it first. Let go set it first. What's in the happen first na Mali,
Nigeria,
what's in the happen first na Guinea, Nigeria, other side them before they begin for go Ukraine. Ukraine is too big for Africa for settle that problem there because the problem between Russia and NATO and Ukraine is bigger than Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is just a dot. I mean, so let us forget about Ukraine. Let's just pray that the war done there because what did happen in Ukraine? It affects we directly and indirectly, as a matter of fact. So let them pray God, let the war done on Ukraine, and then let Africa live with them in absolute peace.
All right.
That's what I will say, sir.
Thank you very much, Theophilus.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
I appreciate joining me inside the program with your analysis. Thank you. God bless you. Get yourself a very good day.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, brother. All right, the producer for this program is Elias Abba. We actually don't produce this program for we. And I want to tell thank you to you who watch the program. Please, 605 will watch me right now on YouTube with 178. Please, before you go now for like the program for we, thank you very much. And on Facebook, 462, we watch me right now with 274. Please, now for like and share the program for we, thank you very much. And so we end the program at exactly 12 o'clock salon time. 12 o'clock salon time, Egatin Shaba the host Adebayo. 12 o'clock salon time, Egatin Shaba the host Adebayo. Of course, and we go actually link them with the Facebook, with the YouTube page. And Egatin Shaba go there on YouTube, on Facebook, whilst we go there on YouTube for actually link that particular program there. 12 o'clock salon time. Egatin Shaba, the host Adebayo, of course, they talk about the protest on the 13th, and they go talk about the statement of Samuel Kamara and that of Marabio. So please, 12 o'clock salon time, Egatin Shaba go host Adebayo. So please join we, and as we go show them on YouTube, not Facebook. So you will watch on Facebook. It's either you come over on YouTube or you check for Egatin Shaba in page Facebook. So thank you very much for joining me inside the program today. My name is Sembe Pierre, the freedom fighter. God bless you all. God bless you, country Israeli, where we call we hard.
Another morning again inside we had. Plenty things then they happen. I wonder how news again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the